Welcome one and all to Operation Cryptic Dirge, our second landed abductor in 3 missions. Pathfinder Katie trails the blaze. Blazes the trail.
We're in position and awaiting further orders.
Roger that, Big Sky. Strike 1, you are green to deploy. Approach with extreme caution. Current enemy status at the site is unknown.
So you might recognize this map, I certainly do. It's burned into my memory. This is the same map that we were on Operation number 29, the Pain Olympics. I can't remember the actual operation name, but here we are, Cryptic Dirge. We've had a lot of dirges lately. I think Deluge, that was something Dirge. I can't remember what the first name was, but anyway, we've planted our satellites all around the world. Well, chiefly in North America, but all around the world, India as well. And they have blossomed now into this wonderful safety net, this artificial net to trap alien UFOs and give us lovely missions. Like our second landed abductor in 3 days. Thanks, Mexico. So we are here. As you might notice, I've not done any prep for this mission. Usually I have like paragraphs and paragraphs of introduction and I just plain read it out, but pretend I'm not reading it out. Of course, I could have actually written this down as well to, you know, make you doubt whether I'm actually telling the truth here, but I really haven't written anything down. It's a miracle I haven't stumbled over my words more than I usually do. So it's just going to be the same as what we did 2 missions ago. We're gonna scout with Katie. Katie's gonna provide cover via One for All for probably Cheeky or Banksy. 4 rockets, always good to see. On this map, I think what we're going to do, having started here, we're going to move round this path, take up positions in the tree line, and wait for aliens to come to us. Because that's a brilliant strategy that never fails. Can anyone actually get up to Katie? Katie's too fast, too furious.
I'm on the move.
So Cheeky's overwatch isn't going to be that great, so Cheeky can come up behind.
Moving to position.
Ninja Cop can stay at the back.
Heading out. I'm on it, Commander.
Magical Trevor is... how long has it been since Magical Trevor's been on a mission with us? Like a proper mission and not just running about hacking things. This is a bit of an awkward squad to get ready at the end of a turn, because we're not overwatching Katie, and Katie can't hunker down. Similarly, we can only hunker down Kamichi, so we just have to end the turn. Let's have a listen. Well, that was completely uninformative. Let's keep going. Because, I mean, this is episode, what, this is like 47 now, isn't it? I've only released like up to 40. So, by the time this goes out, 29 will have been so long ago. So, if you don't remember why we're coming round here, essentially, we could take this cover up here, and you get some good hard cover. You've got hard cover, but it's very easy to be hit from the side, or to be hit from the other side, or hit dead on. But if we come round here, starting around this area that we've not just yet explored, there is lots of hard cover. We can't be flanked to the left, we could be flanked to the right, but there's corner cover down here that lets us cover the right as well. And it is the strongest defensive position on the map. And that's why we want to take it. So we are just going to advance slowly. We've got all the time in the world. We're not going for melt at the moment. So we just need to keep everyone in position, just in case they're needed. Ninja Colt steady to disable at a moment's notice.
On my way.
Banksy ready to slam a rocket into anything at a moment's notice.
Commander.
I feel, Commander.
Kamichi in position in corner cover to make sure Kamichi doesn't have to move. Now that's not good.
Creo que por aquí no estamos solos.
I expect that's a pod of Seekers. We've only heard floaters so far in the first 2 turns, and that's quite disturbing to me. Because does it mean that it's just, apart from floaters, it's just all outsiders and seekers? Is that what it means? Or does it mean there is an utter horde of floaters? Does it mean there's potentially a more advanced form of the floater coming this early on? This could activate. I'm glad it didn't, so we can get Banksy. Priority number 1 is keeping Banksy in a good position. I mean, that's not a great position, but it's better than nothing.
Heading to that location.
Moving.
We can move Ninjago up to here.
Moving to designated
Keep him just about with the rest of the squad.
Stepping off.
Time to motor.
10-4. On Overwatch.
Here we go. 5 Seekers. Katie's ridiculous. Katie has gone from 0 to 60 very quickly. They're taking pot shots at Katie as well. Mechs, incidentally, get built-in defense. Even out of cover, we'll just have a quick check. Katie gets 20 defense, which is... I'm not sure, actually. For example, Cheeky's got 31 defense just in this cover, so I think... So Katie's just got slightly less defense than everyone else, but everyone else is in half cover. So anyway, I think we do just want to rocket these guys. And keep moving. Because there could be far more pressing threats than a group of Seekers. Let's just be done with them. And as you can see, there's meld where we're going. And with a mech like Katie on hand, we might be able to get it. Katie going to 1 for all. Reload. That's the problem with mech guns at the moment. That one shot, that one Overwatch shot took half our ammo. Cheeky, can Cheeky reach? Sure.
Hauling ass.
And that's become full cover. That's quite good that it actually upgrades the cover, so Magical Trevor up as well.
On the move.
We are pushing forward at quite a rate of knots at the moment. Possibly disturbingly fast. But then we've not heard Cyberdiscs, we've not heard Mechtoids, and they do both have distinctive noises. It's only floaters. That's all floaters. We are not really ready for more contact, but overconfidence, the biggest killer. We can actually get this meld. Good lord. And, if we want to be really dodgy about it, that gives us a bit more full cover as well. So Banksy needs to get a real move on.
Координаты получила.
I'm really considering sprinting here. Let's do it. What could go wrong? Don't actually answer that because so much could go wrong. But I was fairly confident that wouldn't activate.
Roger that.
Will do.
Cheeky can reload.
Okay.
Moving.
Everyone else can go a bit slower, waiting for Banksy and Ninjago to catch up.
Rolling out.
Keep Kamichi in corner cover to lessen the chance that she'll have to move if we activate if we're attacked. Same with Ninja Cult. Ninja Cult can actually come all the way back here, to be honest.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Keep Ninja Cult out of harm's way as far as possible.
Commander.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Is that a disc or is that a drone?
Слышали что-нибудь?
It was something different, which is good. Because I'd be a lot more nervous about like having 40 floaters on a single map. I would actually be quite nervous about that. So we've got a can of meld. Unless something really bad happens in the next few minutes.
Solid
Well, in
copy.
the next few moments, really.
Лечу туда.
Banksy now caught up.
Moving out.
Same with Kamichi. And we can start taking these full cover positions next turn. Kamichi will be going right to there because that's the Kamichi position.
I'm on the move.
Moving out.
It's amazing how a few successful missions make you so flippant. Like, oh yeah, there's aliens, but who really cares, you know? You know what I mean, guys? This could go very wrong. It does sound like...
Position confirmed.
It sounds like there's at least drones or a cyber disk, and if there's drones, there could well be a cyber disk that we just haven't heard yet. We've been so quick we don't even have to take the meld this turn. We've had effectively a free run to that meld, which is very disturbing. Imagine there's just a mass of floaters just in here, all contained within these doors. It could be very awkward to deal with. Kamichi, move up into the Kamichi position. Magical Trevor. In fact, get her after here.
Heading to that location.
We're not going to be moving up that far just yet. Chicken can make it all the way to the front, that's good. Who we really care about at the moment is Ninja Cult. Ninja Cult can come all the way over, that's good. Don't Overwatch Katie, because Katie shouldn't be that reliable on Overwatch, to be honest.
Я пошла.
Banksy could do with a bit better cover, but we'll take what we've got right now. Nobody's taking that cover, so Magical Trevor can.
I'm on it.
Come get some.
I'm on it. Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Let's get some better sense of position, please. Or not. Go have a look,
Good
cheeky.
to go.
Of course, no battle scanners on the entire team presents a bit of an issue. Magic Trevor, go take a look. Right, nobody go take more looks because we need to move the rest of the team up now. I'd say Ninja Cult up to there next turn.
On the move.
Or maybe Banksy. Banksy this turn at least. Banksy can then move up to there next turn. You're just shifting round the hard cover. If it's possible for you to take nothing but hard cover, that's always a great idea.
Aye, aye. Eyes on the prize.
Well, it might always be a great idea. I can't think of any time it wouldn't be a great idea. I mean,
I'm on it,
Devlin
Commander.
Caster up to here. Works well enough, I suppose.
I've got my eyes on.
Mutons, finally!
Hey, you hear anything?
And if we are going to engage Mutons, we want it to be across this open area. Where they do not have cover, we're going to push to the edge of the tree line now. To make sure they can't come up and take hard cover here. It offers more space for us to move up to as well. Indeed, Banksy can get all the way up to there, and that is great. So essentially, if nothing runs into us, I am simply going to send Katie forward, maybe with Cheeky, to scout out the interior of the back of the ship. I'm looking to see if there's any more full cover for Devlin Cask to take, because if there's any mechanized threats, he's who we want up there, but not at the moment. I mean, unless Devlin Cask want to come right and all the way here, but I don't. I want Devlin Cask as far forward as possible while staying safe. So Ninja Coat can take this and have a reasonable range. That log is probably blocking a little bit, but we can destroy that log if it comes to it. So just a turn of consolidation at the moment.
Moving to Overwatch. Overwatch, aye aye.
Because it does seem like the mutons are right there.
The hell was that?
And I'm wary because last time we had 41 aliens in a ship of this size. And if we don't have many big things, like cyber discs, for example, no mechtoids, then I'm thinking we're gonna get like roughly 41 aliens again.
Roger that. Scanning.
Except this time they might be
Overwatch.
a bit more difficult to handle. So that is why I'm being so wary. I'm probably not being as wary as last time, but we've taken up the exact same position. So let's roll. Huh. I'm going to send Magical Trevor out with Katie, and there is a very good reason for that. Right, we haven't activated this turn. It's because they both have an escape route that nobody else would have. Magical Trevor can sprint all the way up to the roof by jumping up to it, so can Katie. So if anything comes through these doors and we can't retreat back to the tree line, Magical Trevor and Katie retreat up to the ceiling. It could be a stupid decision, but it'd be a cool as hell decision. And that's what I'm all about. So Banksy is now free to move up to here, which might be a poor decision because Banksy doesn't really have the armor, but a good range of rocket. Ninja Coat also up to here, have a far better range.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. Roger that. Scanning.
Mutons wouldn't be on the roof, would they? Go have a look.
Aye aye, Commander. Eyes on target.
Oh, well, there we go. So now this is not at all what I wanted. Because only 2 of our guys can engage on the roof. So what we need to do is fall the hell back. And really just falling back to here would be the best bet.
Roger that.
As far away from these guys as possible. So we've got 1 floater, 3 mutons. I really didn't think they'd be on the roof. What can I say? Move the cover over. And get ready, I suppose.
Got it covered.
I'm not sure if we can see the roof line from here.
Got my eyes on.
Cheeky over here and hunker down, which leaves Gaurav to move up and get some good overwatch if they come for further forward. Oh no, oh we had exactly this before with Devlin Caster, didn't we? Oh, for God's sake. Just take that position anyway, even if you don't get the overwatch this turn. I'm not sure how far forward they'll come. I suppose we might have been able to jump Katie up to flamethrower them. I didn't consider looking at that. This muton is not in cover. That guy's not in cover. If Kamichi's getting overwatch, then oh, then Gaurav would have had overwatch, but that's fine. So 3 mutons remain. 1 is right on the edge, and presumably is dead as hell. Yep. Might even one-shot it. Because Ninja Coat has VPT, and we have actually done the Muton autopsy, so that was an extra 2 damage. I want to move these guys further back,
Roger that.
because the flank is still on for them. And this is entirely what I'm bringing the mech for. The mech has had a shot, but largely I don't bring them for shooting. I bring them more for the flexibility of positioning that we get. Cheeky might as well come further into the corner and keep hunkering down.
Roger that. Scanning. Roger. I've got my eyes on. Moving to Overwatch.
I mean, if you just want to keep coming to the edge, I'll take it. Garav now gets the Overwatch that we were looking for. Shooting mutons out the air.
Nailed him.
2 more mutons. Oh, that's done quite a lot of damage. That did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Which is a bit unfortunate. But fortunately, it's about to die. Ooh. Kamichi will have sight on it, but will Kamichi have range? Yes.
Got him.
Right, let's move Katie a bit further back.
I'm on it, Commander.
That does leave Banksy as the furthest forward, actually. Ah, we'll deal with it for this turn. What's the worst that could happen?
Moving to Overwatch.
Good to go. Moving to Overwatch.
Roger that. Scanning.
Actually, Banksy... I thought Banksy had already moved this turn. I'd have thought it already steadied, but we've committed to it so far. It's fine. 1 more Muton. I think it's 1 more Muton, is it not? If only we had a battle scanner. Come on now. Right, for lack of anything else to do, I'm going to make sure Katie doesn't panic this turn. Using Science Spire, it'll boost her will, which is probably still quite low.
No surrender.
But as you can see, it is now up to 80. Is it? Or is that just because nearby Kamichi? I don't know. Forward again, perhaps? Maybe a bit of a risk.
Posición defensiva aquí.
I don't want them shooting at Katie again, because they do that much damage.
Heading to that
I'm going to be moving people out of the full cover, out of the tree line.
Position confirmed.
And I'm not going to be hunkering Cheeky down.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Come get some.
In fact, move Magical Trevor back here. Katie can overwatch as well.
Oh, yeah.
Todo cubierto.
On Overwatch. What was that?
Is that Seekers, do we think? They made no sound. So we definitely want Banksy over if the nearest pod is there.
Aye, aye.
Again, shuffling around the hard cover.
Есть, выполняю. Rolling
Devlin
out.
cast around here.
I feel, Commander.
Ready to engage.
There's still a Muton, but the Muton is the last surviving member of its pod.
Todo cubierto.
I'm on it.
Which means it's far more likely to go in a direction of another pod to try and draw us into it. Unfortunately for that Muton, we can't actually get on the roof to follow it. Although 4 dead bodies, were there 4 or were there 3? If I really cared about finding out, I would stop the recording at this point and go back and have a look, but that would probably be cheating. Do we fancy having a look round this side? Banksy hasn't got a steadied rocket, so not this turn.
Roger that. Scanning.
On it.
Could come round here to make sure we've got a shot next turn.
Eyes field, Commander.
They're not going to shoot a ninja call when you've got so many good targets and no cover at all.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Eyes field, Commander.
Muy bien.
Moving to Overwatch.
Sounds like more Seekers.
You hear anything?
Sounds like more Seekers that need a rocket up the arse. I say sounds like, obviously it doesn't sound like more Seekers. Because that's impossible, it's the absence of sound. The absence of sound means that the Seekers are round the corner. Take up the full cover, Magical Trevor. And see nothing. See no Seeker, hear no Seeker. What I'm looking at is that obviously moving Gareth to there in full cover would be great for overwatching over here, but obviously that leaves him very open to flank. So what I'm going to do, move Katie over here.
Me dirijo allí.
No activations, good.
Defensiva detrás de mí.
And Gareth can take this position instead.
Roger. I've got my eyes on Overwatch.
Oh, maybe we should have moved Kamichi up to there actually.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. I'm on it. Moving to Overwatch.
They seem far more determined not to suicide into us today. What's the worst that could happen if I move Trev up to here? I was gonna debate moving Trev all the way up to there, but next turn can move into that corner cover. It'll look a bit cooler. So Cheeky up to here and support. Kamichi can take that corner cover. Doesn't matter that it's not a blue move because Kamichi can't do anything with yellow moves anyway. I mean, Banksy up to here as well, so we can get a rocket over this ridge when necessary.
Moving to Overwatch.
Ninja Colt's good where he is. So's Gaurav, Cheeky, Big Dev Caster. Can inch forward as well. Certainly Seekers. Unless it's outsiders. That don't look like no outsider to me. Have they not activated? Could this just...
Localizados.
I've got no idea what's going on here. That's quality Overwatch. Quality Overwatch is what's going on here. So it's a split pod, but has no idea where we are now. I've got no idea what's happening on this map. So I think the rest of the pod is far down here. And I mean, it didn't look like they went into Overwatch.
Moving to position.
This is the weakness of bringing Cheeky along instead of someone like Denny who would have battle scanners. But then Denny was fatigued, so... I mean, I guess we can just continue to shift right, shift our base of fire right. We run out of hard cover quite quickly. Cheeky could sprint over here. I mean, what are the odds that a pod has moved into this zone now that we've abandoned it? I'm not willing to sprint into the unknown at the moment. Even if it should be the relatively well known, it's still unknown at the moment, so you never know with XCOM. I mean, we should start thinking about moving Ninja Coat over just now.
Выхожу.
I mean, we could hunker down Trev, but I would rather Trev get shot at and tell us where everyone is. Especially from this range, it looks like it'd have to be quite long range.
Covered.
Ninja Coat start going on a sprint. Actually, just take Devlin Caster's position. It's not that much of a sprint.
Let's do this.
Me muevo a la posición.
Time to motor.
Guardia confirmada.
Double time.
This is well dodgy. Again, keep moving up into corner cover only. If these are just drones, drones can't overwatch, so there we go. It was just a pod of drones. And probably have reasonable... yeah, 23. But these drones aren't necessarily flying at the moment, are they? Oh, it is. Right now it is. But I mean... we just haven't moved Ninja Coat over enough. Oh, no way do you have range from there. That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. I was going to move Kamichi out for Banksy. Prep a rocket just in case. But when you can take shots like that, you take shots like that. Right, Gaurav can make it down to there.
There now.
Get our premium Overwatch in position.
Ya, ya. Advierto, detrás de mí.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
I mean, they're just drones as well. What damage could they really do?
Headed there now.
We ask as Katie covers everyone. Flashback, Katie in episode 2 was killed by drones. She wasn't killed, she was gravely wounded. Trev's not doing anything unless he wants to like run all the way up. The drones would come up then have a shot. Let's just hunker down. Because we don't need the squad site anymore this turn. Oh yeah, I was going to try and move Banksy to give Ninja Coat that spot. I remember now. It's fine, Ninja Coat can just take this.
Target confirmed. On our way. Come get some.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
So the drones can do nothing but come straight towards Magical Trevor. And I presume they are. Magical Trevor just can't see them because he's hunkering down. Three of them, I assume. Finally in our range. Ooh, Gaurav. We've got some special cover for you and everything, and you still muck it up. I was about to say, even Cheeky's hitting them all, but clearly there's a problem with that. Isn't that Cheeky? Isn't that good? Right, here we go. Oh, what? I know it's flying, but it's still quite a chunky drone. It's just like shooting clay pigeon targets. Right, Magical Trevor, look up. Where are they? Kamichi can only hit that one, which is unfortunate.
Got him.
Magical Trevor could perhaps take out both of them himself. But that would involve another move into the unknown. But into full cover, I like it well enough. So this should be a free shot.
Nailed him.
And then that should be a free shot at 100%. Which I'd rather give to, say, Ninja Coat. And let Magical Trevor reload. Oh, hello. Of course we haven't done the drone autopsy. Oh, it's looking like we just have to give Magical Trevor this shot anyway, so a waste of sniper ammo. But ammo is free in this world of ours. In future world, where we're just using lasers anyway. Lasers are probably free, right?
When you love us. Let's do this.
So we did hear metallic footsteps last round. There we go. 2 mutons, 3 mutons, 4 mutons, 3 mutons,
I'm about to start
dead
keeping
mutons.
score.
Who can actually see it? Right, Gairav can see it, that's good. That means Ninja Colt can see it. It of course means Katie can see it, which is not great, because this looks like a leader muton. And in fact, we will be able to see now, because we've done the autopsy. It has opportunist overwatch, it has suppression, covering fire. Blood Call and Intimidate are just... and I think suppression all mutons get now. So we want to get rid of this guy, because otherwise it's going to go into opportunist covering fire overwatch. And that is not what we want. We could obviously breach through the wall again, but that would take too long to set up, especially under the auspices of Overwatch. Oh, Kamichi! I didn't even bother checking, but of course Kamichi's going to take the first shot, and presumably the second shot. Excellent, probably not the second. Well, Kamichi's doing literally nothing else. So with the shred and with 2 shots from Gairav and 1 shot from Ninja Colt, this should be A-okay. Ooh. 1 miss.
No way that just
We just need 1 good shot here. Oh, there we go.
kill confirmed.
Did it just in time. Let's go back into Overwatch.
Eyes on the prize.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Now, Banksy's in a bit of trouble here when they come forward. Because Banksy does not... well, Banksy has just about as much health as these guys. Let's go for it. Magical Trevor protect against any potential ridiculous flanks. And reload.
Reloaded.
Ready to run and gun next time. Katie just keeps standing there. But sir, my ex aching by now, sir. That's better, Gairav. This is what we pay you for. The split-second reactions. Still a few mutons around. I'm 1, 2. Did we kill another one? I don't think we did. So I think there's at least 2 more. But we can be ultra aggressive about it now that we have a mech. Even just this 1 mech. Although not ultra aggressive, because Katie has already lost quite a lot of health. We just need sight of them though, and the amount of health that muton had compared to this one and compared to the others, it makes me think that was the leader muton, and that the rest won't have opportunist and covering fire. So I feel a bit safer about moving up to say here. Especially since we've got that covered. That was probably a bit too far, wasn't it? Yep. Bit too far to get the Overwatch. But what we can do now, send Cheeky up there.
Affirmative.
Grenades galore incoming. Magical Trevor up to here. Cover. If they go on an almighty flank, because obviously they can't exit the ship here. To come around this flank, they would have to go all the way around. But it was such a split pod that they might do that, so we do need to keep an eye on that flank. Ninja Colt up to here. Reload your sniper rifle, dear. Kamichi here and reload, which leaves Gairav to come back into that full cover, I guess. Now just come up to here so you can reload. Reloading's more important than cover at the moment, because obviously the big targets are going to be Katie and Cheeky.
Moving to Overwatch.
Now, we heard a lot of rustling from trees that came from over here. My inclination is just to send Magical Trevor once more onto the breach. Can't see out to the left, so moving up to here next turn would be good. Cheeky up to normal cover, which leaves Cheeky to Overwatch.
I've got my eyes on.
Gareth to sprint all the way up into Katie's cover now. And leaving the same old story down here. Just trading covers. Make sure Ninja Colt can see down this right flank. Move him up to here. Because that's going to be quite important. Kavichi can as well.
Come get some. Roger that. Scanning.
Right, floaters are closest to us. They're probably on the roof.
You hear anything?
So I'll tell you what we're going to try and do.
Nueva posición confirmada.
Potentially stupid, of course. But here we go again.
Posición.
No big roof plays, that's fine with me. Cheeky can move up to here. This is all full cover now, so Gairav has this spot and overwatching the perfect lookout on the left. Now I'm reluctant, having moved these guys already, to move Trev up on the right and make new contact, but Trev's going to stay put, as is everyone else. Unless I find someone I want to move forward. But these guys are all pretty stationary shooters.
I've got my eyes on.
Afirmativo, cubriendo.
Roger that. Scanning.
This is a ridiculous game of hide and seek, and for a change it's not me doing the hiding.
Okay.
Right, they are flanking around the right, and they've been caught playing silly buggers. And I will take that every day, unless... That's quite a lucky shot. If you can kill that in one shot, we'll go for the other one with Trev, obviously.
They're trying to pull back.
This was not the covert mission you had in mind, was it, Mr. Muton? Is there a good place we could run and gun to? I mean, running gun to there would obviously give us a better chance of killing it, but I feel like we're safer from here. Killed it anyway. So that might have been what the rustling through the trees was.
Roger that.
Roger. I've got my eyes on. Roger that. Scanning.
So what we're really doing well on this map, inadvertently I have to say, is taking the pods one at a time. There's still floaters to come. I say we're going to move up the right now and go for the outsiders like we did, exactly like we did last time on thingy mission 28. So Banksy, first of all we're going to scout ahead with Magical Trevor. Any corner cover to be had? That's as good as we get.
We're green to go.
What can Cheeky see? What can Cheeky get to? If Cheeky can easily get to that cover, nope, a few bits off. Cheeky up to here, just in case. Right, I'm fairly certain that we are fine to move now. So that would be Banksy up to this corner cover.
Yes, выполняю.
Garav's going to keep watch inside.
Moving out.
We're green to
Ninja
go.
Cool, that's a good enough perch for you at the moment.
I've got my eyes on.
Kamichi needs to be in good firing position, so can't move up yet. Katie, and obviously Magical Trevor, now that Cape and Magical Trevor has finished the scouting, can come up to the roof and flank. Say we went in this right hand side door, they could flank over to the left side door. That sounds like floaters right down the right. So Katie's the closest to
Me
them.
ha parecido oír algo.
If Katie's the closest to them, it means they are pretty much right here, does it not? Because Magical Trevor's quite far up, so if they were far down here, Magical Trevor would be the closest. If they were closer to Cheeky, if they were actually outside, they'd be closer to Cheeky, so they are closer to Katie. So what Katie's going to do is just keep moving up here. They could, like, be jammily on the roof somewhere, which I doubt, which means they're going to still be close to Katie, but Katie's going to have a more accurate picture of where they move to. What we have to consider as well is that Gaurav is keeping watch here, but Gaurav doesn't have that much backup at the moment. Because Kamichi's going to move down to this corner cover. We'll just move slowly until these floaters are dealt with. Oh, you can't make that corner cover. Oh, you can. It's just a bit dodgy.
On it.
Ninja Coat's actually going to move there to have a better shot inside.
On Overwatch. Affirmative.
Cheeky's still about with loads of grenades.
Comandante.
I feel, Commander.
Magical Trevor come across at her.
Enemy spotted.
Oh! They weren't there. Now that's a bit dodgy. So there's one outside, and it's only Magical Trevor we've still got to move. So that is literally you'd never want to activate with your last move. But yeah, what you gonna do? They mostly were inside. It's just this little dodgy guy. He's the least cool guy in the group. They just go, hey, let me into the cool kid ship, and then they're just like, no, you gotta wait outside, pal. You need your cool kid's card. And they're just like, hey, you dropped your card. It's outside. Katie's got a height advantage on this guy. Might kill him.
Sin contacto con el blanco.
So one here. Potential Overwatch. They can all rush out this right-hand side. And they all are rushing out this right-hand side. How have we got sight of them all? Is it just Magical Trevor? And I bet Ninja Coat, yep. Because we moved Ninja Coat that one square, we have sight on none of them. I bet if we move out here, Ninja Coat would have sight.
That's affirmative.
Oh, no, okay. I feel less bad about it now. Cheeky probably doesn't have sight then, okay. So we've got nobody to run this Overwatch. This is a bit of a pickle, to be honest. I'm going to go so far as to just shred this guy, because that would make a lot of difference, because it's only this guy that can flank Magical Trevor this turn. So we kill this guy off. What are the odds? How close does it have to be? How far does it have to deviate to hit Katie? It has to deviate a very long way. Oh, I did not expect it to survive. So Cheeky to here. Gaurav up to here. Hopefully shouldn't activate the Overwatch. Gaurav can lay his own Overwatch.
Come get some.
Kamichi does not have the range. So the Overwatch. Katie up to here.
Voy hacia
So that
esos
should not
lados.
trigger Overwatch. And it should stop Katie getting shot at by these two. And I think Overwatch again.
Comandante.
I mean, Devlin Caster needs to Overwatch because Banksy's already there, having taken the rocket. Magical Trevor just needs to hunker down. If there was a good place I could put Ninja Coat, I'd take it, but they are right up against the side of the ship and there's no good place for him. So we're not going to actually be able to see what they do, but it's better than coming up with a dead Psychic Assault. They are all here. Banksy probably can't get as good a rocket off this turn. Yeah, 2.4 scatter. But a good 2.4 scatter could just kill them off. It could also kill Katie. So we never know, swings and roundabouts. It's gone right towards Katie. But it's alright. Does Ninja Coat have a shot now? He has a shot on one of them, so he might as well take it.
Taken care of.
One left, it's on Overwatch. Nobody really has a shot. So I would say, hunker down again. This is going to be the leader floater that I don't think we've got an autopsy on. So we don't know what it has. It might have good overwatch, so we don't want to run it unless it's absolutely necessary.
Eyes on the prize.
Todo cubierto.
And we've got some decent overwatch here for it to run into. Hello. Katie, surely you're not going to miss from there, though.
No, shot wide.
Even with that lumbering minigun. Oh, hello. That's quite the flank you've pulled there. And Katie out of ammo. But you know what? You know what, Mr. Floater?
For the kill. Understood. Moving out.
Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Floater? Oh, there's another one down there. That's good to know. If you think old Trevor's done.
He's dead.
Right. So there is a floater inside as well, which is interesting. It wasn't on Overwatch, clearly. Cheeky can move up to here, maybe get sight on it, can land a grenade on it, probably kill it. Gaurav back to here.
Yes, sir.
Banksy can take some better cover.
I'm on
So
the
can
move.
Devlin Caster. So we've got a reasonable range of Overwatch options at the moment.
Ya voy.
Katie needs to reload anyway, so might as well provide cover. I don't know from which direction would be best, so let's just arbitrarily go this one.
Munición cargada.
Cheeky, I mean, you've got 6 grenades anyway, to be honest. It would destroy the flight computers, though. Are those flight computers? I don't know if they are, but I don't want to risk it. Cheeky can take a hit anyway. It'll be fine.
Field commander. Готовность номер 1.
We're even overwatching Banksy. It's inside. That's fine. Gairav's got it.
Got him.
So we're going to continue. I think that has to be the last of the floaters, surely. So, Cheeky up to here. Obviously, we don't need to come through these doors now because this entire wall has been destroyed. So we actually need to be a bit more careful with Cheeky there. That was a bit dodgy. But it's fine. So Kamichi can say, come up to here. Come up to the ladder.
Moving out.
Next turn. I mean, do we really want to move all the way around? Because we've got a roof team now. With a lot of mobility. Who can move in on the outsiders.
Voy hacia allá.
Locked and loaded.
We've got Ninja Colt who can get some kind of ridiculous snipe all the way down the length of the ship, and it's going to be amazing. Gaurav can move in from this way if we really want to, but we don't. So we'll just keep watch this turn. I mean, Devlin Caster. Come up this side for now,
Stepping on.
until we decide what we're doing. Likewise, Banksy. Still got a shredder rocket as well. Well, the walls collapsed. That could have revealed them. That was a bit dodgy. Everything in XCOM's a bit dodgy. In my world. Right. If we activate, we activate. So they are not in this immediate area. Which could be good.
Roger, Dodger.
Kamichi to the only full cover remaining. No activations, that's good. Obviously Kamichi will have to move if we want someone else to go up that ladder. Where are we jumping down? We're jumping down from there, but we can't stand on there due to a glitch in the map geometry. So Katie over to here. I mean, this is where we spawned as well, was it not? Or no, I'm misremembering. It's the other side of the map, and we respawned over here on the last abductor. Yeah, there we go. So this bit hasn't necessarily been cleared out, but how likely is it to have more people here at the moment? So Katie, to let Trev catch up.
On my way.
Next turn, we can run and gun if necessary. So we don't want to activate this turn. This is some ridiculous multi-fronted assault here.
Overwatch. Aye, aye. Got it covered.
Banksy all the way up.
Yes,
Devlin
sir.
Caster all the way up. Let's try and get some of a read on where they are. Up
What's
that
making
way.
that noise?
Magical Trevor. They could be in the main room, we never know. Behind this curtain. They're probably just like right here. Are we fine to move in here? Yes, we are. We can get close up with Cheeky, that's good. Ninja Colt would be good coming up to here and getting some kind of crazy shots.
Let's do this.
If there aren't just outsiders left, then we could be in a bit of trouble. We could be.
That's affirmative.
Because we are stretching ourselves,
Got my eyes on.
having made that assumption. I'm not sure where to put Kamichi, because Kamichi would be good here as well. I don't want to move Kamichi until we're activating, though. None of these guys really have them. These guys are all immobile, to be honest. I could have should have maybe had Cheeky go to the roof and come round here. Wait a second, the door we want to go through is this one.
Ya voy.
Oh, it's not even
That's
opened.
On Overwatch.
So let's not jump down yet. Let's think about this. Kamichi's going to go up there and join them. Sprinting all the way might actually be able to make it.
Double
So is Devlin Caster, because why not? That leaves Banksy to take this position. And try and thread some ridiculous shredder rocket through the bowels of the ship. Gonna hold ground and see if we can pinpoint exactly where they are. They definitely aren't in the very back room. They are exactly on a line with Katie. Which means they are right here. So it's great that this door's shut. We can now move to it with impunity.
Moving to
Relatively.
position.
Oh, for God's sake! It keeps doing that.
Acquired.
I keep making that mistake. I'm so I'm actually quite upset by that. So if you want to avoid that, never use when you're on a door. Never use the mouse. As it is, we do have that ridiculous shot of Ninja Colt, despite him not being in position. Magical Trevor could be in some trouble. Kamichi is obviously in no place to help at the moment.
Roger, Dodger.
Kamichi is nowhere. KT can get in and maybe flame thrower some of them. What's Cheeky got?
Copy that.
What I'm considering. Ninja Colt can see that one. 71% without cover. Cheeky destroys a lot of shit. But we now have a clearer shot on that one. Despite... And it might be worth exposing Cheeky to fire just because of this. Now Ninja Colt should have decent odds on him now. Or shouldn't be able to see him. Ah. 79%, and it would probably kill. Katie could drop down to here and probably kill as well.
Roger that.
It was going to be such an amazing breach as well. I don't know whether to risk it with Katie. Whether to risk the flamethrower. It would hit both of them, it might panic one of them, but if they then take both shots at Katie, Katie could die. So I'm not wanting to do it.
Направляюсь на точку.
I'm so annoyed.
Understood. Moving out.
I thought you couldn't go on those bits.
Double time.
Just due to a glitch of the map's geometry, but there we go. Ah. So do we leave Magical Driver down there to potentially get flanked? No, we don't. What this does is that Katie's not going to be the one to get shot at, but they now can't come out to easily flank Magical Trevor. Might as well go into one for all, even though we're going into Overwatch. Oh, there's a hole there. Not ideal. So one's gone into the back, one's gone down a hole just here. Oh, Christ. The game of hide and seek continues. Alright, can Kamichi get into any reasonable position? Not looking like it. Katie, go have a look. Magical Trevor can run and gun this guy. It's right there. Flamethrower and Magical Trevor would do it.
Roger that.
It's on Overwatch. And that other guy can't come up and hit at the moment. Not next turn.
Es hora de hacer.
Right, we can't move. We're just gonna have to stay out of cover, take that. This is the most stupid breach there's ever been.
That's affirmative.
Cheeky needs to keep watch rather than anything else.
Surprise.
Kamichi can come down here for all the good that it will do. Gaurav can maybe be useful next turn. Devlin Caster is the big problem. Where does Devlin go? Over here.
Moving out.
Well, presumably. Actually, we're not going to put Devlin Caster in Overwatch anyway. So keep on coming over here. Probably not going to get shot, but can jump down next turn and do some ridiculous stuff. Banksy could stay there, to be honest, rather than get fired on.
All an ass.
Ninja coat up. The outsider was down here. Could jump down here. See what happens. What could go wrong? Katie can jump down there as well, it'll be fine. So can Magical Trevor. Right, let's go.
Moving out.
Hiding in the corner. Well, fuck you, buddy! It doesn't set off the Overwatch because we haven't actually gone more than one square in its sight. Although that might be awkward, that might be going more than one square in its sight.
Marcha.
Yep, and it's on Opportunist Overwatch. But it's not got Overwatch on now. No, it's over for you. It's over for you, son.
Another day, another
Well, that was
successful
stupid.
operation.
Operation Cryptic Dirge. It was by far the easiest of the abductions we've had so far. To the point where I could completely muck up a breach on the outsiders and it still ended up mostly okay with 4 health damage and a lot of destruction for our troubles. But we were never really in danger there. Katie took a big hit early on as a result of playing more aggressively. I just pared back the aggression and it was fine. A long trip back. Of course, this is the first mission of the day, maybe the only mission of the day. I don't want to record that far ahead. So it takes a bit longer to load.
Another day, another successful mission. Great work out
Katie
there, Commander.
finally promoted. Ninja Coat up to Master Sergeant, which is always good to see. So snipers get some pretty great choices at Master Sergeant. You've got Mayhem, which does a lot of different things for a lot of different classes. You get Rocketeers, our Bullet Whistles will be taking this. For snipers, it gives them a plain +4 damage to their shot. So it'd be +4 damage, +2 damage, +1 damage, for a +7 damage per shot. Which sounds pretty great on the surface. But what the other 2 perks let you do at this level, double tap allows you to shoot twice, as we've seen. And that will probably allow you to do more than 7 damage with a second shot, either on the same target or a different target. Now the most powerful thing, this is the first time we've seen this perk, most powerful perk, in the zone. Killing a flanked or uncovered target does not cost an action. So what happens is that you could kill someone out of cover, bang, dead, that doesn't cost an action. Kill another target, bang, dead, doesn't cost an action. You could wipe out, like Ninja Colt could wipe out an entire pod of floaters who are all uncovered by himself, just with consecutive shots. And that's pretty great. But Ninja Colt isn't really built for it. Ninja Colt is here for disable shots and powerful individual shots, because what you have to do within the zone is make sure you kill. And make sure you hit with every shot. And I'm actually going to leave this choice for now, because in the zone is very good, but I also haven't got lock and load. Lock and load obviously is very good within the zone, because you shoot your entire clip for free, and then take half an action to reload, and then shoot your entire second clip for free, all in a single turn. We took VPT instead, which is why I'm going to take double tap on Ninja Colt. Sergeant Katie, I don't know what she gets at this rank. Choice between Ranger, reactive targeting sensors, and shredder ammo. So reactive targeting sensors, it's a bit like Overwatch. It's a bit like covering fire in Overwatch, except if someone shoots at you, you automatically get a shot back at them. And I don't think it involves Overwatch. I think it's just a normal shot at your normal aim with no penalties. I'm not completely confident about that, but I think that's how it works. Ranger as well. Ranger, we know how it happens, not how it goes. Shredder ammo. Shredder is really good if you get more than 1 shot per turn. And ultimately that is going to be what Katie does. Katie's going to be a hit and run pathfinder, so she'll get 2 shots per turn. She can shred 2 targets, and then, well, she can shred a target and retreat, or she can shred 2 targets in a turn. And it's just another source of shredder that can come in very handy when we're up against the later game big bulky units. So there we go. And again, another boatload of alloys and more Illyrium stasis tanks. We destroyed a few stasis tanks, but you know, that is fine. We did get the full complement of 4 flight computers, 2 power sources, so we didn't destroy that much. So Mexico has been saved. We've got 0 credits. We are right at the start of the month. I want to scan for Exalt today, so I'll figure out what I'm doing and be right back with you. So obviously we have a problem when it comes to a covert scan, in that we have 0 credits. So off to the grey market we go to illegally sell. Well, it's the grey market, not the black market. It's semi-legally. Almost legally sell. What we're going to sell? We're going to sell 2 damaged stasis tanks, of course. Thanks, cheeky. What else do we have? I mean, I guess it's just more Illyrium, which could it really could come back to bite us in future, because we're not using Illyrium for right now, but we'll be using Illyrium by the ton later. Probably. I don't know. I don't know how Illyrium is actually measured. Illyrium's used for all plasma and might be used for pulse lasers. It's certainly used for things that require power later, so that's all the power armor, all the mech suits. All that takes Illyrium, probably quite a lot of Illyrium. Firestorms are upgraded interceptors that go really fast, and it's all great. They all use Illyrium. So our over-reliance on selling Illyrium right now could come back to haunt us, but right now it's just 7 quid, 7 Illyrium, and it will allow us to get a covert scan off.
Intel scan
Oh good, it actually did work.
Positive ID on Exalt cell locations.
So we're gonna... It's always Japan or somewhere else in Asia. So we've got Nero here, who is not, despite being Assault, is not that great at being a covert operative, to the point that we might as well send anyone else.
What do you mean you think you saw a snake? What the hell does that have to do with anything?
So instead of Nero, we are just going to send Corporal Spitfire Dre. Again, he's used to it by now. So loadout, again, it's my standard loadout, in which you have literally nothing but a cheap gun, and if I could take the cheap gun away, I really would. So 18 mobility, that's actually as good as Nero's. Nero has 14 plus 4, I think. So,
XCOM
Godspeed, Dre.
Deployed against Exalt position in Japan.
And that is going to come up in more than 4 days. In which we'll have various mechs by that point. It'll be cool as heck. So satellites, the satellites weren't even operational over Mexico, but we still caught that large landed abductor. It was because we've moved interceptors over there, and interceptors will occasionally, I think there's a chance for interceptors to catch. If you've got interceptors and no satellite, I mean, there's always a chance to catch things that land, but we didn't see it coming into land because we didn't have the satellite up. So next up, a cybernetic augmentation. Next up, we are looking at Antarctica, so excuse me as I lean over and pick up my Xbox controller, which is probably the problem here. Yep, there we go. We can have nice smooth views of the globe.
Contact detected.
Oh, well. That did not take very long. We've got a reasonable amount of interceptors back. Oh, we need to name all our interceptors. As it is, this is coming at quite the rate of knots. Hopefully it's not going to land. Hopefully it's just going to be a normal abduction, because I don't really want to do 3 or 4. It's got to be a normal abduction coming in for France, right? Of course, the Indian satellite isn't up yet. I just scanned over there to think, hey, what's the Indian satellite look like? It will probably look exactly like these ones, because they all look exactly the same. Anyway, thank God.
Commander, we've picked
Good.
up multiple
And
requests
cash.
for assistance.
I like it.
Abductions in progress are marked on the hologlobe.
So one thing to do quickly is, I completely forgot, we just go rename Ruffles Bond, Viking Ericsson, he's staying in Europe. Or she, of course. Raven 9, Midas Okamura, if we're going to be racist, we send him to Asia. Duck Shinohara, similar. And what we're waiting on, obviously avalanche missiles are a bit useless at the moment, but we are waiting on our raft of laser cannons, which are coming in very soon, in 5 days. Look at all these beautiful laser cannons. We won't be back on parity in the air game, but it'll be pretty close. So anyway, on an urban block, we can scan on for 2 hours. We could scan on for 8 if we wanted Joseph for sure. But we don't, we just want the 2 hours. For the augmentation completion of Gunnery Sergeant Epiphanes. So I will choose a team of 8. And you can guess who the #1 name of the team sheet is. But a team of 8 nevertheless coming your way in a second. This is quite possibly the weirdest team I've ever put together. We have 2 engineers here because we lack a rocketeer. We've got RSOX in reserve, but I'll quickly show you. We've got RSOX in reserve, but he is the only rocketeer we have. If a big mission comes up in the next few days, we've got Banksy, Tolk injured, and Gob is not yet in a position to take up the mantle of the rocketeer. Archers are brilliant when you actually get the equipment for them, but we don't at the moment. So Gob is still a bit useless at the moment, but he was always a bit useless really. So that was Solar's. I'm training up another gunner because we've got 4 gunners and they all have very distinct roles, and we like taking 2 gunners on a single mission. So King Brandon is the best placed of our rookies to become a gunner, or the type of gunner I want. He had the highest aim, so he becomes a gunner for sure, and that reset all of his gear. Let's just reset the gun, that's fine. And then I had Azago here, but then I realised we don't have any heat ammo in the entire squad. And I'll tell you who's got heat ammo. It's only bloody Potato. I built a few things to give to Potato, like the weapon gyros, is it? But unfortunately we've got a mech on this mission, so Potato can't use it. He can still use the heat ammo and the basic auto cannon, which doesn't do that much damage anymore, but it does enough damage with heat ammo that it'll be very useful if we run into a big mechanized threat, which is always possible. Got the mobility, offers half cover, which will pair well with having 2 engineers. Ardus built for captures, and since we don't have an assault on this mission either, Ardus indeed has the scatter laser. So the idea is that Potato rolls up, and then Ardus rolls in behind him, either stuns an enemy or uses the shotgun. That'll be fine. Solar's is along for the first time in quite a while. He's got the Psi inspiration back. Smoke and mirrors, smoke grenade. It's all going down in Solar's town. Solar's could also take the arc thrower, but Ardus has a little bit more mobility. Rat Manege, this is probably the easiest mission we've had in quite a while, which is why we've got so many low rankers here. Rat Manege is along, hoping to train him up a bit, because I do like finisher, like kind of crit build infantry. Bros is back because I love the snapshot sniper, and indeed Bros needs to train up now. 100 out of 250 Psi XP. With Psi inspiration as well. This is a very inspirational squad. Mellow's along because we've got so many scouts. Just look at how many scouts we have. We've got Legend of the Skies and Mistra back. We've got Mellow, Tamerlane. Because I'm not really using scouts as much now that we have Pathfinders and that we have mechs that can tank Overwatch hits rather than avoid them. Because we're still at the point where if Mellow's probably not going to get hit by Overwatch because of lightning reflexes, but if Mellow did happen to be hit, Mellow would probably be dead, which is why we're tending more towards using mechs now. And speaking of tanking mechs, welcome back, Gunnery Sergeant Zilch Epiphanes. And in this case, it's almost meet the new Epiphanes, same as the old Epiphanes. Because here we go. What all Marauders get is shock absorbent armor, which, as you can read, is very basic. Damage is reduced by 1/3 if you're within 4 tiles of an enemy. What we get here is Ranger, Aggression, or Body Shield. Now, Ranger and Aggression are both very good, but what Body Shield gives us is will, and most importantly, mobility. And the little bonus of the nearest enemy unit not being able to crit is also pretty good. You'd run it straight up to a very powerful unit, like a Mechtoid, for example, and you won't get crit, and damage will be reduced by 1/3, even at Lance Corporal. So that's all well and good, up to 14 mobility. Jet Boots, Close Combat Specialist, or Executioner. This is the hardest choice for me. Executioner's right out. Close Combat Specialist is what Epiphanes has been known for throughout this campaign. He doesn't look too pleased with it, does he? But Jet Boots, we've seen how powerful Jet Boots have been so far with Katie, and it offers another thing of mobility. So I really don't know what I want to do here. I really actually don't know what I'm going to do here. I need to keep talking and hope that a solution that comes out. So what is he going to get next? He's ultimately going to get hit and run and all the damage reduction perks. So damage reduction, it means he's going to run right up to people anyway. I think as much as I love Jet Boots, as much as I'd love the extra point of mobility, Close Combat Specialist is going to suit his situational play more. So here we go. These are more mechs. This is all mech here. So advanced fire control is opportunist overwatch essentially. Collateral damage is amazing. Essentially, it works like a grenade, but it absolutely obliterates all bits of cover. It doesn't just leave tree stumps, it doesn't just leave half cover, it gets rid of all cover in an area, and that is absolutely amazing. But it's not what we're going for with our Marauders. What we're going for with our Marauders is damage control, because we then later get absorption fields. Combined with shock absorbent armor, it is a complete tank. So damage control, we can just let Epiphanes tank all the fire, while letting our squishier troops take their shots from safer positions. Damage control it is. And similarly, reactive targeting sensor we've been over with Katie, Bring 'em on we've been over before, repair servos I don't think we've seen before, and it essentially repairs damage as it's taken with Epiphanes. It is amazing. Now here is where Epiphanes finally becomes a more offensive force, and this is why I said meet the new Epiphanes, same as the older Epiphanes. Vital point targeting, extra 2 damage, extra 2 aim. Close encounters, we know what that's like, you get in close, and that might actually be good to pair with close combat targeting, with close combat specialist, with a shock absorbent armor. But this is the perk I love, we all know it, it's hit and run. Against flank targets, against uncovered targets, free shot. You don't have to get in close. Now the problem is with close encounters, as the game wears on, is that your high-powered mech targets also get shock absorbent armor. So you don't actually want to run up to within 4 tiles to deal with them. So hit and run allows you to take a shot, then run right up to them anyway. Which is what we'll be doing. And we don't get absorption fields quite yet, that's for Master Sergeant, but Epiphanes is quite close. And Epiphanes is going to be a massive force to be reckoned with on this map, on an urban block as well. So, a very strange squad. Incidentally, if you're a mech unit and you're watching this, you can customize how you wish. You've made the sacrifice for the good of the world, for the good of M-Kom. You can have any colour you want, and any tint you want. But we'll leave that for another day. So this is really ragtag, is it not? We are off to, is it Nantes in France, for an urban block, for an abduction.
Strike 1. Prepare for landing.
Getting a bit lightheaded.
France is sending an urgent mission request.
When I think of urban block, this is what I think of. This exact map. This is the very first map we played on, I remember. Remember we took up positions along this rooftop, and then Cheeky came down and missed 2 99% shots in a row. Those were the days. What happened to those heady days? We're actually good at the game now. So anyway, you can join us next time for an alien abduction in Nantes, France, Operation Vengeful Justice. I'll see you tomorrow. Probably.